What's good, fam? Drake just caught a savage digital home invasion after hackers hijacked his YouTube channel with 33 million subscribers to play the one song he hates most. On July 27th, 2026, the OVO fortress officially crumbled when Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us appeared directly on Drake's official page. This was not just some random prank, because it felt like a statement that the internet is still enforcing his cultural eviction 2 years later.
Over the weekend, I was getting sent some posts. People were telling me Drake got hacked. Check his YouTube channel. And I saw a notification, but I thought I was bugging. But then Travis Scott, Future, Juice WRLD, The Weeknd, Ken Carson, and even the underground artists Slayer, Che, Nine Vicious, Frank Ocean, Playboy Cardi, David, the murderer, Kanye, they all got hacked.
While the hackers targeted big names like Kanye West and Frank Ocean, the Drake breach felt like a specific hit because of the legal war he is fighting right now. The digital team at OVO went into a full panic to pull the video down, but the damage was done before they could even hit the delete button. Screenshots are already everywhere, and they have officially reignited that humiliation narrative from 2024, just when Drake wanted to rebrand as the Iceman. This incident represents a massive security failure for the entire OVO brand because it shows they cannot even protect their own backyard. Drake is out here trying to project strength like he is untouchable, but his biggest platform just became a billboard for his biggest rival.
Check his YouTube channel, and I saw a notification, but I thought I was bugging. And he uploaded Not Like Us, the music video, the Kendrick Lamar music video, to his YouTube channel.
Yesterday, Not Like Us was up here. And the crazy part is, it's no longer up here on Drake's page, but the Kendrick Amini diss is up here right now.
The hackers essentially forced 33 million people to watch the moment Drake lost the crown. They did it using his own login credentials. This is a terrible look for a man who is currently trying to convince a judge that his career is being sabotaged by digital actors and industry plants. You can spend all of the money in the world on security, but if the culture wants you out, they are going to find a way to get to you. His team spent the whole night scrambling to scrub the evidence, but the streets already saw the receipts and the jokes are flying faster than ever. The timing of this hack is poetic when you consider that we are in the middle of the merits phase for Drake's massive lawsuit against Universal Music Group.
And the judge basically said, this isn't good enough for me to believe that this case should move forward.
Now Drake says he plans to appeal. How strong do you think that appeal will be?
Drake is in court alleging that UMG and Spotify teamed up to use bot farms to juice the numbers for Kendrick's diss tracks. The boy claims Not Like Us only went viral because of a conspiracy of bots, but then real human beings hacked his channel to play the song. It is the ultimate irony that Drake is complaining about bots, while real-life digital warriors are breaking into his server to remind him who the king is. This hack proves that the energy behind Kendrick is not some manufactured industry trick, but it is a real living entity that is actively trolling Drake's digital fortress. Drake's 117-page appeal is being picked apart by legal experts who see it as a desperate move to save a dying legacy. He is fighting for his life in these proceedings because he knows that if he cannot prove the numbers were fake, then the loss is permanent.
So they went ahead and they put Not Like Us onto Drake's channel, fam. You know how embarrassing that is?
Universal Music Group tried to get the whole thing thrown out in June of 2025, and even though they failed, Drake is still uphill against a wall of facts. He is trying to litigate a vibe shift, and that has never worked in the history of hip-hop. You cannot sue people into liking your music again, and you definitely cannot sue them into forgetting that Kendrick performed that diss track 6 times in one night. This lawsuit looks like a massive cope for a man who realized too late that he does not own the culture anymore. The fact that this hack happened right as the legal war is heating up makes Drake look incredibly vulnerable. While he is focused on lawyers and bot farms, the fans are focused on keeping the foot on his neck.
But if I look back at the moments of this, I think Kendrick has more moments that really charted the course of conversation, whether it be Like That, whether it be Euphoria, whether it be Not Like Us, and even I just mentioned Euphoria. So he has more moments within this battle that I think are going to stand the test of time.
Every time Drake tries to move forward with his new Iceman persona, something like this pulls him back into the mud of 2024. It shows that there is a massive gap between the strength he shows on Instagram and the actual reality of his digital security. This summer of 2026 was supposed to be his comeback season, But instead, it is turning into another chapter of the same humiliation ritual. If Drake cannot even keep Kendrick Lamar's music off his own YouTube channel, then he has no business telling the world that the numbers are being manipulated against him.
He broke it down. He says that the hackers who are
If you cannot stop me from hacking their channels, if you can't stop me from doing it, I'm just gonna do it. Right? But that's the other thing.
The real manipulation is happening on his own dashboard, and his team was completely powerless to stop it. This breach is a loud reminder that even in the digital age, the streets are going to find a way to let you know where you stand. Drake might be winning in his own head, but on the servers that matter, he is still playing defense against a ghost he cannot outrun. The media isn't about to let him breathe either, especially after Vice dropped a massive feature on June 29th of 2026 that called this the ugliest feud in the history of the game. They traced the roots of this beef all the way back to 2013, proving this was never just a few diss tracks, but a decade-long war for the soul of hip-hop.
Are you Team Drake or Team Kendrick Lamar? The feud is red hot, with both stars dropping several diss tracks over the weekend. Both stars gaining tens of millions of streams in the process.
That article pointed to the Super Bowl 59 halftime show in February of 2025 as the ultimate humiliation for the entire OVO camp. Seeing Kendrick take the biggest stage on earth to perform that anthem while the whole industry danced along was a moment you just can't recover from. Things got even nastier for the Toronto side when Not Like Us became the longest charting rap song in Billboard history. By May of 2025, it stayed on the Hot 100 for 53 weeks straight, which is a cold hard fact, proving this was a global takeover instead of a passing trend. Drake has spent 2026 trying to rebrand as the Iceman, but every time he starts a new era, these reminders of his 2024 loss come crashing down on him. Kendrick sweeping the 2025 Grammys with a record in Song of the Year is the real reason Drake is acting so desperate with these lawsuits. He's trying to use legal filings to hide the fact that the entire world watched him get outplayed on every level. Before we move on and see how Drake is making a massive mistake trying to sue his way back into the culture, tell me what y'all think. Was Kendrick's Grammy sweep the final checkmate, or is Drake just using these lawsuits as a pathetic distraction? Tell me in the comments. No cap. While you at it, like and subscribe. Let's continue. This brings us to the core issue, because Drake is making a massive mistake thinking he can sue his way back into the good graces of the culture.
And the judge basically said, this isn't good enough for me to believe that this case should move forward.
Now Drake says he plans to appeal. How strong do you think that appeal will be?
My take on this whole situation is simple, and it's that you just cannot litigate a vibe shift no matter how much money you spend. Hip-hop runs on respect and authenticity, and once that energy leaves the building, a judge's order isn't going to bring it back into the room. This recent YouTube hack is the ultimate proof that the culture isn't some bot farm, but a living entity that is actively tearing down his digital fortress. By crying about the streaming numbers for Not Like Us in his court papers, Drake is basically telling the world that the song actually broke him. The first rule of any rap beef is that you never let the other side see you bleed, and right now, he is leaking everywhere. Drake is out here showing everyone his medical reports and complaining to the teacher, while Kendrick is busy moving into Hollywood film production and living his best life. I'm predicting that even if Drake wins a settlement from Universal Music Group, he has already lost the war for the respect of the internet. You can buy a payout, but you can't buy back your dignity when you've become the guy that everyone is laughing at on every platform. His team is framing his refusal to perform at Super Bowl 60 as a strategic move, but the hack proves there is nowhere left for him to hide.
So they went ahead and they put Not Like Us onto Drake's channel, fam. You know how embarrassing that is?
The internet is a global neighborhood, and right now, Drake is that guy who got evicted but keeps trying to call the cops on the new tenants. It's a terrible look for a legend, and it only makes that 2024 loss feel more permanent every single time he opens his mouth. Drake is fighting a war of numbers, while Kendrick is winning the war of cultural relevance. And that is a battle that lawyers will never win. We really have to look at how we got here, because the seeds for this digital collapse were planted back on June 19th of 2024. That was the night of the Pop Out concert, where Kendrick didn't just win the round, he performed a live exorcism of the entire OVO spirit. He played Not Like Us 6 times in a row and brought the entire West Coast on stage to witness the funeral in real time. It was a moment that redefined what it means to dominate the culture, and it made every move Drake made afterward look like small-time activities.
But if I look back at the moments of this, I think Kendrick has more moments that really charted the course of conversation, whether it be Like That, whether it be Euphoria, whether it be Not Like Us, and even I just mentioned Euphoria, so he has more moments within this battle that I think are going to stand the test of time.
Even when Drake tried to get creative with his tailor-made response, he ended up catching a cease and desist from the Shakur estate for using an AI Tupac voice. That was a permanent stain on his reputation because it showed that the families of the legends he looked up to were not rocking with his tactics. You can't claim to be the heir to the throne when the actual family of the king is telling you to keep their name out of your mouth. The industry changed how it protects artists after this beef turned so nasty, and labels had to step up their game. Serious abuse allegations became casual punchlines for months, forcing the big labels to rethink how they manage these huge public disasters. This battle went way beyond just clever bars because it turned into a character assassination that permanently changed how the world views these two superstars. By 2026, the results of their two separate paths are impossible to ignore. Drake spends his time in a courtroom explaining why a song hurt his feelings, while Kendrick is busy producing Hollywood films and building a massive creative empire.
Are you Team Drake or Team Kendrick Lamar? The feud is red hot, with both stars dropping several diss tracks over the weekend. Both stars gaining tens of millions of streams in the process.
One of them is looking backward to repair a broken past, but the other is focused on a much bigger future. You can see the difference between a rapper trapped in his feelings and a creative who reached a whole new level of success. This YouTube hack was not just a prank from some bored kids on the internet, and the deeper message is clear. It serves as a loud reminder that Kendrick Lamar still holds the crown, whether you are talking about the streets or the digital world. Drake can hire the most expensive lawyers and file the longest appeals imaginable, but he can never change the fact that the fans already chose a winner. This breach proved that even the official home for Drake's music is not safe from the reality of what happened back in 2024. He tries to act like he is invincible, yet his own platform just broadcasts his defeat to 33 million subscribers.
If you cannot stop me from hacking their channels, if you can't stop me from doing it, I'm just gonna do it. Right? But that's the other thing.
This situation is messy and shows no signs of slowing down because the internet never forgets a loss and it never stops trolling. Before we see how Drake tries to spin this disaster in his next court filing, I want to know what you think about this mess. Let me know if you think Drake is the biggest crash out in rap history for trying to sue his way to the top, or if he has a point about those bot farms. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I need your take, and make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss an update on this drama. Or we are going to keep watching how this battle for the legacy unfolds, because things are getting crazier every single day. You cannot use a courtroom to fix a vibe shift, and you definitely cannot stop the culture from speaking its truth. Drake is learning that lesson the hard way, and it looks like his time in front of a judge is only getting started.